Here we are with the 1924 Fordson, just taking some preliminary checks. Initially, I've removed the spark plugs and squirted some oil down each cylinder just to help lubricate the top end and the valves, make sure that everything gets freed up. We also mixed up some 50-50 ATF and acetone to help loosen up some of these screws on the carburetor. We'll try and disassemble that later. Upon checking the tank, it looks like either muddy water or really rusty gasoline, but it is not good at all. And same way with the starting tank, it just looks like somebody put in a trowel full of mud down there. I've removed the caps from the air wash assembly, and as you can imagine, looks like Fuzzy made a home down in here. So that's another mess, Mr. Fuzzy. We don't like you in here. Now, I did check the coil box and I did clean it out, but a squirrel had made its nest down in here. And the only other thing checking is, I had mentioned this earlier, the original metal screen for the oil is still here. It's pretty hefty. I've never seen one before in real life. So that was a pretty nice find. It's kind of complete in that sense. So we'll continue on. Down here we have the petcocks on the oil pan. Well, that's a good sign. And then we'll check transmission. And oh, I guess there is a little bit of fluid in there. Well, that's good. Definitely need to clean that out. Put new Mobil 600W in there. Last year for my 1926 Fordson, the oil was running about $135 for a 5-gallon pail. And then it mentioned that someone had put in a new radiator. Now, it's dry in there, so hopefully that mitigated any type of freeze-ups with it. So we'll continue on. I've removed the valve cover from the side of the engine, and to my surprise, it is relatively clean in here. Very, very clean. I'm quite surprised. Let's see how things are working, if at all. Well, that's a good sign. I am quite surprised. Let's hope that the rest of this project is not a headache and there's more rewards at the end. One other thing I wanted to mention about this radiator is you can see that it has leaked for a very, very long time, and the previous owner did not put a good gasket or have a good seal when everything was buttoned back up. And the other problem that we found is they did not put a drain in it. They just put a pipe plug down here, which I'm sure it worked for its intended purpose when it was being used, but it's hard to say how long this has been sitting, and as you can imagine, that's in super tight. I just want to show you what should be down there. And this is on my 1926 Fordson. This drain that screws into the bottom of the radiator is the original one. Unfortunately, the handle was broken off, so I had to thread the stem that was still remaining and I made my own repair with some rubber O-rings and stainless washers to get that fixed so that I could maintain the original part down here. So we're gonna have to work at getting that homemade plug out of this radiator and see about getting it set up with the proper accoutrement. So we'll catch up with you later. Thanks.